Just stay there, camera. It's time to work on the car. The plan for today is to do the brake pads on the car. We notice like these noises when it comes to the car, like when it's backing up, it goes. Or is it more like? I don't know. All that I know is I need to replace the brake pads. It's day 289, and we're just looking at John chapter 11 today. I want to assure you that this is not a video to teach you how to change the rotors and brake pads on your car. In fact, knowing my kind of lack of planning and just kind of jumping in and doing something, this will mostly likely take like a couple of days for me to do.
So
We'll see how this goes. And as soon as I'm talking to you about how I'm just jumping into things and not really prepping well, of course now I have to go to the store and get something. My partner in crime for this errand. Okay, sorry about no shots at Lowe's. We literally went in and I realized that they didn't have anything that I needed, and I actually had some tools back at home that I could use as substitutes for things that I needed. Watching a YouTube video to see how to do this. And in our one chapter that we're covering for today, it's the story of the death and the resurrection of Lazarus, who is Jesus' dear friend. And there's really just one big idea with this long chapter, and that big idea is belief. Everything Jesus does in this story, which when you read this story, there's some difficult things that Jesus does, but he does it all for the purpose so that everyone involved will trust and believe that he is indeed the Messiah. These front rotors and brake pads actually are still in great shape. Like for instance, one of the things Jesus does is that when he gets word that his friend, this friend that he really cares about, is sick, he doesn't immediately go to heal his friend. He delays a couple days before he leaves, knowing that in him doing that, most likely his friend would die. I'm pretty sure the culprits are these back tires, these back brakes. This is crazy. So I had to use this one using the breaker, this wrench right here. But in order to get it to connect to this, I had to use this little doohickey that had this attached to it. See that? And what happened? It just, boop. It just popped right off. Never buy your tools from Walmart. Looking back on the story now, it kind of makes sense to us. Like, if you really want to convince someone to believe in you and believe what you're about and who you are, you want to prove that to them. And what better way to do that than to raise someone from the dead? This is going to make today a lot easier. That is thin. Too thin. I need to watch more videos. I once heard recently that you can tell a lot from a man by seeing what is in his garage. I don't know about exactly what is in my garage, but it definitely needs to be less messy and more organized. I just have to get one more tool. That's it. Just one more, then we will be done. It will be smooth sailing. I hope. Got what I needed. I'm losing daylight fast. I really don't want this to be like a 2-day thing. I think we can get this done before the day's over. All right, all done, I think. We're gonna take for a quick test drive to make sure there's no squeaking. We should be good. I want the car start. Okay, now the car's working. We are going to be trying to make sure that we don't hear any of that screeching, squeaking noise. It's snowing, by the way, in case you were curious. Well, that worked out very nicely. I thought this job would take me a few days, but the fact is able to get it all done in one day is very nice. This is like the cleanest part of my garage right here, so that's why I'm sitting here, and you don't need to see the mess right now. There is so much information and ideas in our world today that there's a myriad of things that you could trust in, you could believe in. And I think that brings up a very important question, and that question is, what are some key characteristics necessary for you to really buy into something, to really believe something, to really trust something with your entire life? And when it comes to the empirical method of seeing if something is viable and true, Jesus checks all the boxes, but he doesn't even need those methods to affirm his trustworthiness. So just, I guess, a encouraging question is, what do you believe in, and what are those key characteristics for you that will cause you to buy into something, to give your entire life to something? Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, working on the car. I know we spent a lot of time in the garage. Thanks.